So good morning, welcome. I'm so happy and excited to introduce you. This is Brigid Lang. Brigid is a consultant to nonprofits, a nonprofit practitioner doing change management. So I'm so glad you've joined me today to talk about Mary's book and her idea, right? Her concept, creating your virtual personal board of directors. Welcome, Brigid.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Terrific. My pleasure. So Brigid, the first question that I want to ask you is, what was the process like for you to form your virtual personal board of directors?
I was at a crossroads in my career, and I had asked Mary Pender Greene if I could meet with her to talk about what she thought I might do. And so she agreed. And then when we met, she mentioned that she had written this book about your virtual board of directors. So I bought it, I read it, I liked it, and I didn't do anything about it. But I will say it stayed in the back of my mind because the concepts and what it began to manifest in my life. And I started to gather people. Who could I talk to about a particular topic? Who could help me think things through? Who knew more than me? Whose perspective was different? Who could tell me the real deal? And so that's how it started. I've had a number of careers, it's not been easy for me to ask for help. And so I thought it was self-serving in a bad way. But the virtual personal board of directors approach really helped me shift that. And it takes it out of in a way that kind of personal, like I have to ask you for something and get something in return or give something, and puts it in, really shifts perspective. And it helped me provide clarity. It provided clarity.
Wonderful.
So, yep. And then I picked up the book again and really began to give more structure as I began to see, oh, wait a minute. So
yeah, that's absolutely terrific. So it sounds like a really pivotal point in your life. You were interested in the concept in the book, and then you were later, like it sounds like you said, it manifested, but then you were later able to really like employ and use the pieces of the book. That's terrific. Did anything surprise you about your virtual personal board of directors?
Yes, a number of things. The people and the positions that were important surprised me. So I have two that I'm thinking specifically of, and one is a position that I call the Chief Creative Thought Officer. And this is someone who with whom she and I connect on sort of creative thought processes. And so if I have an idea, we'll work it through, but her perspective, it's an important part of, as I begin to, because I was at a shift in my career, it's a really important to have somebody that I can bounce ideas off of and that we can sort of have a dialogue. The other is in the ethics area, and it's I have a spiritual officer, and this was a surprise to me. I'm not religious, although I have a spiritual practice. That's a different thing. There's someone I know who is a minister who really helped me in my humanity. And
wait, I'm sorry, Brigid. It was a little difficult to hear you. Could you say that again? You said there was someone who's on your board who's, represents like the spiritual aspect. Can you tell me a little bit more? Because you cut out after that.
Sure. So there's a person on my board who is a minister.
Terrific.
And as I'm not a religious person, but every time my religious person on the ethics officer, I guess, and spiritual officer opens her mouth, I listen. It's an incredible perspective that connects with both humanity and my humanity. And it's a really important piece. I would not have thought it before. I really would have thought only to get to my goal, but not to how I am or how to be within myself and my career.
Oh, and you're right, I would have never thought of that. And that's amazing. That's absolutely terrific. Because it sounds like it also keeps you connected to purpose.
Yes.
And what's really important to you. That's absolutely terrific. So how has having a virtual personal board of directors impacted your career?
It's helped me clarify my vision of what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done consulting for a long time in my career on and off, and I don't know, spent 10 years not doing consulting, and I wanted to move into a different phase. But it was about what I specifically wanted to do that really helped me, my virtual board of directors, to refine my vision, to articulate it in a way that connected to my values and that someone else might be interested in, and then to see what the market was like. And so also to decide what steps to take, and then what to do if there was an obstacle or something else came up and had a course correct. And I have to say, they've helped me on this career path, and I'm well on the way to where I want to be, which is amazing.
That's absolutely amazing. I'm so glad. That's terrific. That is absolutely terrific. So, Brigid, that brings me to our next question. How has having a virtual personal board of directors impacted your professional decision-making process?
The short answer is that it's given me structure. I am the kind of person who follows opportunity, and that has, and so what I mean by that is that I can see opportunity and sort of take it. Now, I've worked in places with entrepreneurs and very smart people who do that, and so I wasn't. But that leads me into good and bad places, and which is interesting, and also has led me into places that I never thought I would be, which is a very rich area, which is quite a wonderful place to be. But having a virtual board of directors has given me some structure so that I can take what I want to do, clarity around what I want to do, and then how to use opportunity to get there. So it's been really cool.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely amazing. That sounds absolutely amazing. Terrific, terrific. So I know Mary's book, Creative Mentorship and Career Building Strategies, How to Build Your Virtual Personal Board of Directors, is full of gems, right? There's so much knowledge and just guidance and career building. It's amazing. And I love the virtual personal board of directors concept. It's also helped me tremendously. But if you had to identify one single piece of learning that impacted you the most from the book, what would it be?
I think I would say it this way: it takes a village. That mentoring is not just one way, but that you can create a community. I can create a community for myself in the form of a virtual board of directors, and I can then play it forward. So it's not that it's a very common for somebody like me to just do it alone. And then figure out, okay, and not to have the relationships and the resources and the support, and for me to provide the support that a community of people that shows up on my board,
Yeah.
that I don't, that there's that thing of asking people to do things for you, which I have trouble with. That's sort of, okay, if I do this for you, then you have to do for me. This creates a whole other paradigm. So that would be it. Takes a village.
Yeah, that's absolutely terrific. Just staying connected, right? And I think that's amazing. I think that's a wonderful takeaway. Is there anything that you'd like to add to our discussion?
So, I'm grateful. It's given me, I'm grateful for the mentoring that I've received and
Mhm.
for the modeling that I've seen. So Mary Pender Greene is a wonderful, there are many others, and some are on my board that, there's this multi-dimensional aspect to mentoring. I think those are my words, not Mary Pender Greene's words, but
Mhm.
um, who is it? Is it a peer? Is it someone who I admire and a person that I would love to be like?
Mhm.
Or is it someone who is completely different than me, or a younger person?
Mhm.
Those things about how do you navigate that? I'm so grateful for people taking the time with me, and for then my applying those things to be able to help others.
That's absolutely terrific, Brigid. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So let me ask you this. Is it okay if well, if people want to reach you, how can they reach you?
They can reach me I'm on LinkedIn. It's Brigid Lang. Pretty easy to find, or they can use my, I guess that would be the easiest way.
Yeah. Terrific. So I'll share that link in the narrative. If that's okay.
Okay,
All right. Terrific. Thank you so much, Brigid. I really appreciate it.
thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.